grown-up stuff. A little too complicated to explain.
What are you doing there? Why you gotta wreck my... You're on mute, boy.
Sesame Street is run its course.
Hey, it's a sunny day in Rochester. It's been a couple days.
It's sunny here too. There's some clouds.
Yeah, we've had like 4 inches of rain in the past 2 days, so it's like
you seem a little soggy today.
Oh boy, you seem a little salty today, and every day, every day.
39 degrees and sunny here. So
is it? Oh, we're like in the 50s, I think. I'm not 100% sure. 62, it says we are. So
our backgrounds are showing a little bit of nostalgia this weekend. So I don't know what years these were taken, but probably recently, maybe.
Well, I thought I was in Louisville. I thought that's what we were going to tell people, but no, now we're not telling people that.
We are, yeah.
Yeah, for the Derby.
Yeah.
So
I'm on the other side of the track.
Yeah, there you go. I can see you from here. I don't know if you can hear me or not. I've been yelling your name. Well, I haven't been yelling. I've been yelling the name that I've been calling you all morning long.
Yeah, I've been here. All I've been hearing in the background is "whack ass." I haven't looked. I don't feel they're yelling at me. So
that could be true. So, well, happy Friday, my friend.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, but
always a good day on podcast day.
Yeah, this week went fast for me. I don't know about I've been busy with some of the consulting work I've been doing, so it's been actually I haven't had a whole lot of time to talk, and I know you've been busy with baseball. So, well, how many games you played? What, 3 games this week? 4 games
this week? Well, we had 4. Yeah, 2 doubleheaders
together. Yeah.
Won a big one on Tuesday. Lost to the number 1 seed last night. So,
have you got the phone call yet today or not? The phone call. Yeah. What's the?
No, because I said the score on the radio like a little bit after 8. So
gotcha.
So made his day. He's
woke up.
Good for this morning. Yeah,
and woke up. Good to go. He's good to go. So,
yeah.
I dressed up for the Kentucky Derby. I don't know what you're doing. You've got your old KNDC.
I'm just a slob.
I think you need that. I think you need that KNDC hat that you have.
Yeah, there you go. That's in the other room.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good hat to wear at the Kentucky Derby. So we're going to talk about our Kentucky Derby picks today. Hopefully no one's doesn't get scratched like it did
last year.
After you made the pick about 2 minutes later. Oh, he's scratched.
Yours was a donkey, so I don't know if we're reposting that later on today.
Well, I think we should probably do that. That was probably the funniest video. If you've never seen it, it's freaking awesome. There's no way I can ever beat Nolan on that. That was like,
and you can't ever cue a donkey.
No, you can't, and you did it perfectly. I don't know. You must have shot it with a BB gun or something. Yeah, well, we don't want to do that. So, really not there's things going on in sports. Did you watch any of the basketball?
I have not.
You've been busy playing.
I watched probably a total of about 10 minutes of the Lakers Nuggets series.
Okay.
I've turned into a huge Timberwolves fan.
Just jumping on the bandwagon, are you? You think
this week I will. I'm not a Nuggets fan, so
okay.
We used to own them since I was a Laker fan all the way up until a few years ago. Now they kind of turned the tides on us, and so
Denver, they're a pretty good team, but I think the T-Wolves can stick with them. I don't think they're gonna sweep the Wolves, and
they got to enjoy their run with Jokic. And
Yep. What do you think about Boston losing Porzingis there?
Yeah, that one might hurt. I mean, first round obviously it didn't hurt, but I think once they get into either the Eastern Conference Finals or Finals, it depends on if he's back. I don't know how long he's gone.
Yeah, they haven't really said. They said he's out for a couple of games for sure, but
it was an odd injury. He was just kind of
one or the other. Was it Damian Lillard? Does he have the same injury? Is that what it was?
I thought Lillard's just,
he's old.
Yeah.
Is he past his prime?
Well, was he ever in his prime?
Well, he was a pretty good player for Portland, I thought. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. So, well, we'll delve into that a little bit later. So, talk about Kentucky Derby. So we thought we would make our picks right off the bat.
You got it.
and then we'll give you our win, place, and show, and then we're going to give you a long shot that we would think would win. So, do you want to start with your
long shot? Let's do our long shot.
You want to do the long shot first? Okay.
And then we'll go show, place, and then win.
Okay, gotcha.
My long shot is West Saratoga.
West Saratoga.
He's like 50-1, I think, or 40-1.
Is that what it was? Yeah.
Yeah.
So my long shot, I put epic ride, because what kind of a ride would it be if he won? It'd be pretty epic, right? And he's 50-1 as well.
Okay.
Yep. So again, I put $1 down. He wins, I win $50, right?
Yes.
So if I put $100 down, I win $5,000.
Yep.
Correct? Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So there's our long shots. Take them to the bank. And if you win on either one of us,
Venmo us.
give us a little coin. Yeah, we're okay with that. We're
Nolan
okay with
Dix
All right.
1.
All right. So win, place, show. You want to go show first? I will give my show horse first, and I've got Sierra Leone at 3-1 to
Sierra
show.
Leone.
Yeah, 3-1.
I went with Fierceness. Yep.
Gotcha.
I didn't write down their odds, but
okay. I got Fierceness as number 2, and he is a 5-2 odds. So now you got to tell me
favorite. Yeah,
you got to tell me about that now. So if I bet $1 on him, or can I bet $1 on him?
Basically, he is 2.5-1.
So if I bet $1, I'd win $2.50. Is what you're saying.
Yep. So probably would not be worth betting that $1.
It wouldn't be worth it.
You're better off just going to buy a soda or a pop, whatever you call it out in Rochester.
We call it like a Mountain Dew or a Coke.
We call
or
it
a Pepsi. A pop. We call it soda. Yeah. Whatever. What do you call it?
Pop.
Yeah. But do you want a Coke, and that Coke I want a Pepsi?
I prefer Pepsi.
Okay.
Pepsi products are
much better. Maybe we should do that. There's another top 6 thing right there. Our favorite.
There you go.
Pop.
We
Write
could
that
do
down.
we should do do a Pepsi challenge. Remember that? Whenever they had the cup of Pepsi and a cup of Coke, and you had and sometimes that was another one. The podcast that I listened to last night on the way back from baseball was when I was starting to say everything was rigged and everything was Pepsi. It was our top 6 game shows. I think Price is Right is rigged. I think the Pepsi challenge back in the day was very, 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 very rigged.
Considering that Pepsi did those commercials, you think it'd be rigged?
Well,
you really think they would say
when you went to Kmart and they had the Pepsi challenge, they said, "Okay, here's a Coke, here's a Pepsi." They put it behind here and they give you 2 little cups. They're both Pepsi. Which one do you think's Pepsi? They never once did say, "Hey, which one do you think is Coke?"
I don't.
No,
I never.
Right.
I never saw it in public. I was never able to do it.
Oh yeah, I took the Pepsi challenge numerous times.
Did you? Okay.
Pepsi every time.
Because they only gave you Pepsi. Exactly. I thought you were talking about
this one. You're right. Good job.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about like the commercials to where
because you'd like take a drink of that second one. You're just like, God, they're so close in taste. I don't know. I think I want this one. Oh, there's the Pepsi. All right.
So did you like the new Coke as opposed to the old Coke, which is now the new Coke again?
No, I don't know. I wasn't big. The only Coke that I drink is like McDonald's Coke.
Because
I'm like thriving for some fizz and caffeine just to knock me on my ass. It's get that and you slurp on it and get some syrup all over your chin. And
I'm gonna have to mark this unappropriate.
No, we're appropriate. We're not beer belly inappropriate.
Oh wow. Oh, those guys are funny.
They are funny.
They're good. They're good to listen to. So
all right, my place.
Yeah.
My second place is Track Phantom.
Track Phantom. I looked him up, and that is I kind of picked off the names. I thought.
I suppose he's crippled up or something.
He's scratched. He's the wood glue. He's going to be wood glue in a couple weeks, so that's okay. Gotcha. So my winner. Well, you give me your winner because it's the same as mine.
I was gonna say, when we did this before, so neither one of us knew, but we both, and it's not the favorite horse. That's the crazy thing. He's not the favorite horse.
Right.
This is Catching Freedom.
Yes, that's who I picked as
felt
well.
it with my freedom in the United States of America. I'm catching it.
He's an 8-1 odds. So I just like the name Catching Freedom. Kind of, I just thought it was a cool name, so I went with that one. Book him, Dano.
Yep.
So there you go. So yeah, it's always fun to watch. I had a buddy Ken that he used to live in Rochester here. Now him and his wife moved out to Colorado Springs. That's where his daughter lives, and then his son lives in California, so it's easier for him. But he's actually from Louisville. He grew up about 3 blocks away from Churchill Downs.
Oh, okay.
And he would have Kentucky Derby parties at his house, and then he'd service mint juleps and all that stuff. And then what we would do is they would make like a long all-day event, and we'd dress up. Obviously, I got the coat and the tie and the hat, looking pretty good. I always look good anyways, but so he would take the old races, from like 1999 all the way up to whatever year it was, and then he would put the names of those horses in a hat, and then we'd all put in $5 and you drew that horse, and if that horse won that race, you won. And we would watch it. It was a lot of fun. It was a really good time. We usually ended up drinking too many mint juleps.
I was going to say, I could see you probably
towards the end of the night.
And
again, I'm not a big hard liquor fan, but it was just kind of the atmosphere of being, and is that on your bucket list to go to the actual Kentucky Derby, or is it something that you're not
maybe, what are tickets like to go there?
I think you can get in there pretty inexpensive. So it'll be another thing, sporting events we would like to get to. There's another
once we get our big sponsors signed, I know we've got a couple deals that are just a signature away. I handed them the pen. All they got to do is just put the ink to the paper, and we'll be good to go. Yeah. So for me to get out there, I'm looking at about 18-hour drive.
Yeah. Well, I would.
You might want to Amtrak it or fly.
Well, you just come here and we'll fly the rest of the way. We could do that. But I think if we were gonna do it, you'd have to pretty much plan it, start planning for next year or the year after, because I'm guessing people have everything booked.
But do you
out.
Imagine on a podcast if we went out on the road and stopped at different places along the way?
We could do that too. Yeah, I don't know.
All right, we're eating at Joe's Barbecue today down here in Lincoln, Nebraska.
And he's if we're going to the Kentucky Derby and we stop in Lincoln, Nebraska, I think we took a wrong turn, buddy.
Well, no, because I got to go through Nebraska. It takes me to Omaha, Des Moines. I got to pick you up though. So
yeah,
I guess it won't be.
You took
I'm looking at my trip. Okay, so no. I'd go through South Dakota. Okay.
Yeah.
We can stop in Chicago.
We
could stop in Chicago, paint our nails, and
we
catch
could
some passes from
Caleb Williams, and talk about all that stuff. So we can go to Lincoln, Nebraska. No, I'm not going there. It's the wrong way for me, buddy.
Yeah, it shows right here in Lincoln. Actually, I wouldn't even go through Lincoln.
Yeah.
I take a left at Omaha.
As long as you don't take the wrong turn at Albuquerque, we'll be all right.
Yeah.
If you get to Albuquerque, you really got lost.
They're Little Rock, one of the two. If I get to Little Rock, we'll just stay there for the night.
Yeah. So Kentucky Derby would be one. Yeah, NFL draft. I think the NFL draft would be pretty cool.
The draft could be doable.
I think that. I think the Green Bay. What about Mardi Gras? Go to that?
Yeah.
You're not a big partier. Yeah, man, that's the thing. So we'll do a top 6 on one of these days.
They don't have enough beads for me.
Oh, yeah. I can see you walking, your head's down slow. Oh wait, you throw them out. Never mind. I could see you showing up there with a bunch of them.
Yeah. What's in your suitcase? Why does it weigh 87 pounds? Well,
Well,
some beads.
I got me some beads. Don't smell them. No. All right. Let's go to our top 6 before we get ourselves before we get ourselves
Top 6
Did you hear
draft
that?
busts
Did you hear that?
from this year's draft.
Yeah, there you go. So these are the guys that we think. Yep, these are the guys that we think aren't going to pan out as good pros in the NFL.
Yep.
And so you want me to start or you want to start?
I'll go number 6. Drake
Okay.
May. I don't
Drake
think May is going to pan out in New England. I think he's going to have a mediocre year, and eventually they will go out and get a veteran in the next couple of years.
Okay. So when you gotcha. I got Chop Robinson. No, I got Chop Robinson from and he's playing for the Dolphins defensive.
Okay.
So when you say bust, what we were kind of talking like a defensive end, a bust is like not seeing the field whatsoever, playing for 2-3 years.
Yeah. I mean, for the most part, like there's been a lot of quarterbacks that come out and they're hyped, they're big time, and then all of a sudden they get drafted. Say they get drafted by Seattle, and then all of a sudden they're traded to Miami, and then all of a sudden they're still holding the clipboard and they're just not making.
Yeah. So would you say, and he's been in the league for a long time, would you say Andy Dalton is a bust?
Andy Dalton is a bust. Yeah,
he is a bust because he had some pretty good years.
I would think.
I
mean,
okay.
Yeah, he was okay, but I mean, I'm looking at like longevity. You're looking at guys like, look at Kirk Cousins. He's not a bust. He was around. I mean, guys like that.
Yeah, Dalton was. I mean,
but he was year to year. You never knew what. I mean, he was a couple years, but he went the longest stretch where he was just kind of a journeyman. Yeah. You look at like Ryan Fitzpatrick. I don't know if you could consider him a bust, but he just went and played whoever wanted him to fill in.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
He really wasn't a go-to quarterback. He was just one to ride the ship and
What about like a Jameis Winston? Teddy Bridgewater. Was Teddy Bridgewater a bust? I think he had that potential, but when he hurt himself there, I think that really kind of put his career.
I think just being in Minnesota really hurt him. I was hoping for you to spit coffee all over the place when I said that, but
just about. Yeah. So I don't know. I am
Winston. I think
I'm on the fence on Winston. I'm on the fence.
He hasn't lived up to his potential.
Like I would say, I'm going to go back a few years. Like Achilles Smith was a huge bust. Remember him coming out?
And there's always those
Tim Tebow. Was Tim Tebow? I mean, did we really expect a whole lot of him out of college or not?
I think they did, but I mean, he had that one good year, maybe 3/4 of a year in
with the Broncos and all that sort of thing. So it's interesting to me because I'd always thought like Dalton's borderline bust. Another one was Cordell Stewart. I thought he was kind of a borderline bust, but I think he took the Steelers to the Super Bowl, right? But it just So I don't know.
But he turned into I don't know.
Did you see? And sorry, I'm jumping off, but I saw yesterday there's an article out there that the Steelers. You see what they're going to do with Justin Fields?
That makes no sense to me.
They're going to possibly put him as a punt returner.
Kick returner.
I thought it was a punt returner. I thought
it's kick because they've changed the rules where I think everybody lines up like 5 yards away from each other.
Yeah.
Way back there. So it's like,
could he be good at it? You think?
Well, I mean, he's fast enough probably to get 30, 40 yards before guys get up there, and then but
he's kind of accustomed to sliding, right?
Yeah, and he can slide after 30 yards.
Yeah, I mean that's. But I don't know.
I'm trying to think of the other. There's a couple other Florida quarterbacks.
Danny Werfel, remember him?
Yeah.
What about Testaverde? That guy played forever, but he never won the big game, did he? I mean, he never. But I wouldn't say he was a bust. He had a pretty good career.
All right.
So,
Anyway,
okay.
Who's your
Back to it. My 6 is Chop Robinson
Chop
from
Robinson.
Penn State. I just don't think. And the Dolphins are usually a pretty good defense, but I think he's gonna. There's a reason he fell. My number 5, and the only reason I picked him is because I hope this happens, but it's Jordan Morgan, offensive tackle for the Packers.
Oh yeah.
Tony Mandarich 2.0. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. So that's my number 5.
My number 5 is kind of up in the air because we don't know if he's going to start it all this year. So I've got at 5, I've got JJ McCarthy.
Fair.
I don't. He's got the weapons there, but I don't know. I haven't seen enough. I don't know.
Yeah, and
it's not because he's a Viking. I think if he had went to anywhere else, I'd have went. I wasn't sold on JJ McCarthy. He won They have a list of all his championships he's won in high school. Won one last year and
pre-draft.
Really didn't. Yeah, I know that Michigan held him back for not opening it up, supposedly, but can he open it up?
That's the question. And pre-draft, you had said that about him. Pre-Vikings drafting him and all that. You always said that I don't think he's going to be. So that's no sweat off my noodles. I think Sam Darnold's going to have a pretty good year. That's just what I'm thinking.
Well, the podcast I listened to last night, we both said Caleb Williams was going to the Bears, and we both mentioned JJ McCarthy quite a few weeks earlier going to the Vikings.
Yeah.
So
we
changed our tune as we were.
Yeah, but I mean, this was even like we talked about the draft we've been talking for a long time about it. And so I just think, you've said it. You don't think he's going to be good. I'm okay with that. Cause I don't think he sees the field this year either.
I think he'll see the field.
Well, unless Darnold gets hurt or if they're way behind or whatever, or if they're way ahead. I don't know.
But the bad thing is about nowadays, back in the day, I think it would have worked. But now it's like there's so much pressure put on these quarterbacks and these organizations going, hey, you just drafted him first round, top 11.
Yep.
He needs to see the field. So now every interception, every fumble by Darnold, every loss.
It's going to be amplified.
It's going to be, hey, when are you going to put JJ McCarthy and you guys are 1-2?
Right.
Oh, yeah, we're going to give him some time.
Right.
And
so what do you?
O'Connell is one that will not rush him, which it's tough as a coach to not rush him if you're start off 1-4 out of the gates.
Right. No, I'm with you on that. Sometimes a change is a good thing, but let's just, we can say this and we can say that. But I don't know. I think he'll be a serviceable quarterback when he hits the field. I think Darnold's going to be okay. And I'm saying that because I'm a Vikings fan, but I hope he does well. I hope Darnold has his best season ever. That'd be great.
All I know is I don't know why the Vikings got rid of Joshua Dobbs. I mean, we saw him shine in Minnesota that week.
Yeah.
I mean,
so who's your number 4?
My number 4 is Byron Murphy.
Byron Murphy.
And I know before the draft, there was all on X, everybody was like, if the Bears draft Byron Murphy, I'm done. I'm done with Chicago. It's like, yeah, okay, don't go that extreme. But I don't know. I don't see Byron Murphy really excelling in Seattle, but
he's an explosive young man. Gets into the backfield, but he just can't make the tackle. No. I mean, we can get in the backfield all you want, but if you can't make the tackle, that's kind of part of the game when you're playing.
Part of the game, yeah.
So, my number 4, I took Brian Thomas, wide receiver from LSU, and he's going to the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I just, there's another guy from LSU that was a pretty good receiver. I don't know. Golly was his name, I think. Jim Neighbors, wasn't it? I don't know. Malik Neighbors. So a first-round pick, 2 wide receivers, first-round pick. Never heard of the guy before the draft. I hadn't. Had you?
I heard the name. They were talking Bears possibly getting him in like the 3rd round.
Hey,
there's going to be some good receivers. That's a deep class. And they mentioned him as a 3rd round pick.
Right.
But yeah, it's a reach.
So I think that's going to be him. So there you go. There's my number 4. Did you do your number 4 already?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I'm lost.
Mine was Byron Murphy.
Okay, so my number 3. I picked another wide receiver, and he is the speediest guy out there. I picked Xavier Worthy. He's going to the Chiefs. He ran the fastest time ever. And normally the fast receivers don't really pan out.
No,
the
except
best.
for Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill is the real deal, but I just, Willie go. I'm going back to
But
Willie.
you got
go.
Mahomes.
I love it. Yeah, I know, but you've got Mahomes thrown to him, but sometimes you can be too fast.
Yeah, but Mahomes was missing that last year.
What's
he
that?
Was missing that speedy guy. He just threw it out there, and
yet they won
underneath it.
Yeah, and they won the Super Bowl, and so I just don't think he's got it. And guys like that, I remember Moss. Randy Moss was so fast.
Yep.
And then he pulled his hammy because he took off, and hammy pulled, and he wasn't the same after that. Except he went to New England and kind of started playing the Tom Brady offense, and he did okay.
He did okay.
Yeah,
got a ring maybe.
Yeah, no, he didn't get a ring.
Didn't he get a ring with New England?
Nope. That's the year the Giants beat him, brother.
Oh yeah.
So he doesn't have a ring. So I'm going to say Xavier Worthy, wide receiver.
My 3, I'm sticking quarterback. I'm going with a team that is the same team every year. It's the Washington Redskins.
Oh,
Washington is Washington. Jaden Daniels will not be the savior in Washington. Jaden Daniels will be a big-time bust in Washington this year.
Okay. Gotcha.
All right.
All
My
right.
number 2.
I want to guess your number 2 because I think it's my number 2. But
my number 2 is I just want to let you know that because of me, the Vikings traded up because I was really pushing for the Broncos to trade up.
Okay. You got Bo Nix.
Bo Nix is going to be a big bust in Denver. He's got nobody to throw to.
Yeah.
He's got Sutton, but they're talking Sutton going somewhere too. So.
I was going to put Bo on the list, and I didn't. I'm your Daniels pick. I don't know. I think he might be the guy for them. I kind of cheer for him. I want him to suddenly be like the Joe Gibb days with the Hogs. Remember those guys? And
yep.
They
had John.
Let him have a little glory. So I didn't put him on the list either. My number 2, I put Penix. I just think he's in a situation to fail. They put him in a perfect situation to fail. Okay. Because I think he's going to have an argument with Cousins. I think the GM and the owner are kind of like, why did you do that? Because I wanted it to do it. Why did you do that? Because I want, so I don't know.
Or the guy's going to be a genius week 4 when Kurt goes down with Achilles injury. Comes in with
his brittle body. That's coming. Yep. So that's my number 2. My number 1, I put Drake May. I think he was the most overhyped QB. Didn't play the competition that the other guys did. And that's not his fault. It's Collie he chose, but he did beat the Gophers, so that's a good thing. JJ McCarthy beat the Gophers. A lot of people beat the Gophers, but I don't think he's got the it factor.
The it factor.
Yes. So that's where I'm at. Your number 1 is. You're typing something. You're looking. What are you looking for?
That's my number 1 bust.
Really? Wow.
I'm going out on a limb on this one. And it's either going to be injury or Murray's not going to be able to get him the ball. One of the two.
Okay.
And I think there's going to be frustration after 2, 3, 4 weeks. And I've never heard Harrison Jr. talk. I've never seen what his attitude is, whether he's cocky, whether he's going to say, hey, I'm going to go play ball, or is he, will he, if he doesn't catch more than one pass the first week, is he going to throw Murray under the bus, the offensive coordinator under the bus? I don't know what type of a player he is, or personally. So
that's a surprise pick to me there, buddy. Wow. So could any of these guys, and I'm just asking this because I know you wanted Harrison as a Bear. If he was at the Bears, would he be?
I don't know if I really wanted Harrison as a Bear.
Okay, I and maybe you were just sending me all those things that people say in Harrison, but if he was with a different team, would he not be a bust? Any of these guys, if they were a different team.
Oh, if they're on different teams, possibly. I mean, if you throw Harrison in, well, if you put Harrison in with Caleb Williams, I think he's fine.
He's good.
I think if you put him in with an Aaron Rodgers, if you put him in with Kirk Cousins, he's gonna have production. Kyler Murray, I've never been sold on.
Yeah, I know that.
Murray fan.
Yeah, no. And why is that? Is he just too small, or is he just hurt all the time? Just hurt all the time too. I mean,
yep.
He kind of
looks to run way too much, and
he plays the same way as Fields did.
Them short little legs don't get him up the field as fast as,
yeah.
I don't think he's going to be a kick returner in Arizona anytime
soon. No. I don't think the Steelers will use Fields as a kick returner. So
I don't think the Steelers know what they're doing.
I think they do.
I think Tomlin.
I think Tomlin knows what he's doing.
Yeah, but tell me this, okay? So they're talking Tomlin as being this quarterback whisperer, or what has he done in Pittsburgh other than Ben Roethlisberger?
He hasn't.
Yeah,
I've never heard him as
Ben Roethlisberger. I think Ben was Ben.
Ben was Ben.
I don't think Tomlin made him.
I've never heard him as the quarterback whisperer. I have never heard that on him. I've heard that he's. I mean, the guy's made the playoffs. He's had a winning record every year, right? I mean, he knows how to win.
Yeah, he's always making the playoffs somehow, and
I don't know. I think Fields starts. I think Russell Wilson is.
I hope so, because he's my only quarterback right now in my keeper.
So when will the fantasy draft start to come out? When will you guys do that?
We do ours like third week in August.
Do you? Okay, right before.
I've already got a trade proposal saying that, hey, it's a buddy of mine. We're in different divisions now. We switch divisions every year. He goes, hey, he said, don't worry. He says, I've got Russell Wilson. If you want him, you can trade for him. I'm not going to ask for too much. So that's I'm dropping back on that, but I don't know if I want to go in with Wilson and Fields as my quarterback. I don't have a first round pick. There's 16 teams.
Okay. So I can't imagine Sam Darnold is on somebody's team. Would you take him?
No, I don't think I'd take Sam Darnold. No. My goal is probably to get rid of one of my veteran receivers and probably my next year's first round pick
for
a later round to get up into the top 3.
Okay.
Probably to try to get either Caleb Williams or he'd be it's just rookies that are available basically.
Yeah.
So you got to get up there. And right now he's the only one, or Jaden Daniels, if I'm sitting 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But I don't think I can rely on Fields taking me to the promised land.
No, I don't think he can.
Maybe. I mean, I hope he proves me wrong. I hope he goes there and plays 51% of the snaps, because then we get a 4th round pick.
Yeah.
Out of it, but
yeah, they'll just pull him out right before that. So
maybe we're at 50%. Tomlin, take him out. Okay.
See, that keeper league is kind of a fun thing, but so like when a player retires, does that give you a pick? Like, how do you get?
You just lose him. We should do that. We should be, whether if he gets hurt, you should get a compensatory pick, or is that what they call them?
Yeah.
Yeah. If that's the case, you get a pick at the end of the first round or something, because. Right. But then you could go into many rules too. He's like, okay, well, my guy got traded to another team and now he's the backup. So do I get?
How many teams are there?
16. Too many.
16.
Yeah.
And then how many? 11 players per roster, or do you got 14?
No, we keep 10 keepers, and we have 22 on the roster. Wow. So we have a 12-round draft every year.
Wow. So you are picking guys that are like,
oh yeah, you're picking. If you don't get
Brian Thomas,
who's the 4th receiver? Eric Decker.
Yeah.
Second pick of the draft.
Yeah.
I had him quite a few years. I actually had him as a keeper for a couple years. He got a lot of passes.
Yeah. He did. He did.
But we should try to get a keeper league going. I think that would be fun. Not with 16 teams.
I've sailed that ship, Dylan. I would co-own one with you, but I'm just like, I don't know. My Sundays are too valuable to me. I don't know.
Well, yeah, you don't have to sit down all day and.
Yeah, but that's a goal not to do it. But guess what?
Well,
It happens.
Yeah, I got to fix up my basement now with all my memorabilia. So,
well, there you go.
So I told you about my big hit yesterday, didn't I?
You did not.
So a few days ago, I hit the DJ Moore signed jersey.
Yeah.
Okay. So got it in the mail yesterday. Took it out. Like, sweet, nice. There's another jersey in the bottom of the box. So I take it out. It's a Devin Hester signed jersey. No idea why that one was in there. I don't know if it was a 2-for-1 that I won or what, but yeah, the Devin Hester one is pretty sweet.
I'm surprised you're not wearing it today.
Well, yeah, I should have. It's autographed.
Do you wear the autograph ones? I wouldn't.
No, I don't.
No, yeah, I wouldn't wear that. So, well, good for you. So that's just like always. They must have. We got a bunch of leftovers of this guy. Don't know who he is. So
I don't know, unless it was part of the. I mean, sometimes I just buy into it and they pull it. Hey, we won DJ Moore. Cool.
Yep.
I don't know if I won. Maybe there was a giveaway at the end of the night because I just go on for that and then I get off.
Okay, gotcha.
Sometimes they do giveaways, but that's crazy if they gave away a Devin Hester jersey.
Good deal. Good deal. That's awesome. Hall of Fame jersey of Devin Hester. So
yeah.
All right. So all right, my man. Well, let's talk playoffs. Oh, NHL playoffs. You wanted to pick the winner. Who's going to win the Stanley Cup? Who do you got, buddy?
I put down the Colorado Avalanche. They are big time underdogs, but I'm going to go with the Avalanche.
I'm going to go with the Edmonton Oilers. I follow hockey a little bit. So, and they're playing good right now and their goalie is hot. So I think I'm going to pick the Oilers.
Their goalie is hot.
Yes. You go as far as your goalie is. So I'm going to take the Oilers. Plus they got some pretty high scoring folks on their team. So I'm going to take them. Hopefully, like the guys from Carolina or Florida don't win it because we don't want that.
Yeah,
sure. But if they do, kudos to them. And then on Monday we will have our baseball preview, most likely Monday. If not, it'll be Friday. We do have a special guest coming on with us.
Yeah.
Cammie Raisler is her name. She's a local news person here, but she's a huge Twins fan, huge baseball fan. And then also she plays a lot of golf. And so we're going to have her on and talk about her love for the Twins and her love. She plays a lot of golf. She goes to a lot of the golf courses around here. So she probably plays more than what you and I do. So it'll be interesting to see what some of the courses that she's played that I have
golf clubs anymore.
Well, yeah, you could make sure, tell Jacob right now. I'll just text him and say, hey, don't forget Dad's clubs.
Well, yeah, I just sent mine up to Josh too. So they both.
Oh, Josh. I thought you said Jake. I thought you said Jacob had them. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
well,
they
there
both
you go.
have sets of my clubs. So not that I had 2 sets at one time, but when I lost my first one, I got a second one for $10.
Well,
haven't hit them, so they might not be very good.
Yeah. Well,
I'll need them when Upper Decker gets here.
The sporting extravaganza is coming on. Yep. And we've added a new event, and it's called Funnel Nuts. If you've never seen it, just make sure you tune in, and we'll do Funnel
You're
Nuts.
Doing it first?
Well, somebody's got to demonstrate how to do it. So
yeah, you can demonstrate how to do it.
I'm a little bit better at it than what you are, I've been told. So
yeah.
So it's interestingly enough, we'll have a good time with that. So no, looking forward to that. Becky asked me last night, are you guys seriously going to do this? I said, well, for the most part, we're probably not going to run the 40-yard dash. I said, because we both realize
that we're old.
That we're old.
I think for the most part, we'll see how much.
The bowling will be fun. The golfing will be fun.
Yeah.
Whether or not I would like to try that machine, the baseball, try to hit 100 miles per hour ball. I really would. I don't know if it gets to 100 or not, or I would take as fast as
it has on there. It shows it as 90 something, but
Does it? Okay.
Fast
And then
enough,
I'm hoping
90.
I'm hoping you'll have the catcher's gear and all that for me so I can be all set and ready to go.
Oh, put it on you. Oh, you don't need any gear. Just a helmet's fine. You get hit anywhere else, you should be fine. It's right up here.
100 miles an hour,
You
dude.
might not be talking on Sunday.
We're talking Kirk Cousins here, buddy.
Well,
Oh.
take it like a man. There's guys that get hit in the face at 100 miles an hour and live to talk about it. So
Yeah, and those guys are professionals, and I am not that. Wow. So, but yeah, and I think kicking field goals.
Does that matter whether you get hit by a 100-mile-an-hour fastball in the face?
Well, I think being a professional and watching a 100-mile-per-hour fastball coming in, I think you have a chance to maybe kind of turn your head a little bit to where maybe it hits you somewhere in this area.
You're saying you wouldn't? You'd be just like right in the face?
I think that's what I'm saying. No.
Makes sense now.
Just throwing it out there, buddy. If a 100-mile-per-hour fastball is coming at my head, the chances of me getting back up are probably none.
Oh, you'll get up. We got a hospital.
Yeah.
Well, you're out of network too.
I'm out of network, so we got the Mayo One chop helicopter standing by. So
odds are we're going to be doing the basketball, probably
basketball
and bowling at night.
Yep. We'll play a little golf, and we'll
golf. We may have to do that. We'll have to pick an afternoon. But Thursday's out because I got baseball. But Friday would be. But then Friday might be the whip cracking of, hey, we got to get this done, this done, this done, this done.
Well, Becky will be there, so Becky can take your spot in that.
Gosh, yeah. I know where that's going to end up.
Yeah. Okay. We'll figure it
out. Room over there.
Yeah, we'll figure it out, buddy. We'll figure it out. So it'll be interesting to see. We'll have a good time.
Graduation's right around the corner, 19th of May.
There you go.
There you go. Graduates the 26th.
And the Decker kids get out of high school, I believe, the end of May. And then Noah and Gracie are both done May 8th next week.
Okay.
Yeah, they're ready to go. So very good, sir. All right. Well, I got to start getting ready. We got a soccer weekend ahead of us, so I'm heading up to the cities.
Okay. All right. Good luck with that.
Yeah. And any baseball this weekend, or are you good?
Nope. Weekend off. We got practice tonight in the 40-mile-an-hour winds, and then off this weekend. And then we get back into action Monday with rain all week. So I don't know how many games we're going to get in next week.
Oh, there you go. That's not good.
Rain and wind all next week.
That's a bummer. So,
yeah.
All righty, my man. We will chat soon.
All right.
Okay. Take care. Yep.